Today on the Sales Life, Sales Edition, do not let a decision in 5 minutes ruin what you've built up for days, months, even years. How to not self-sabotage making a sale when the decision doesn't go your way. Stay tuned. All right, TSL, let's get it. Welcome to another edition. Let's eat. Welcome to another edition of the Sales Life, Sales Edition. How to plus size your sales game, how to prime your mind. So happy to be here with you. Remember, we are live. We're live on Facebook. We're also live on the Sales Life Facebook group, LinkedIn Live, YouTube Live, Periscope Live. And today, man, let's bring in our friends, Instagram Live also. So happy that you're here to get in on the action. And man, I ain't gonna hold you long, man. Not gonna hold you long, but it's a topic, man, that we really got to talk about. So let me set the whole scenario up for you a little bit. So what do you do in a situation where many times you're trying to make a sale and you go in there and you go sell your boss on the fact that, hey boss, we're this close. All I need you to do is this. And he won't do it. And you're like, what? Of all the favors, man, you do for everybody else, you do this for this person. You got your favorite pet here. You go in there and do the whole deal for this guy. Yet I'm asking you for this one little thing, man. I come in early. I stay late. I go get you lunch. I do anything you need me to do. And I ask for this one thing, man. We're this close. And you won't do it. What do you do in that case, man, when your sales manager maybe just got off the phone with his spouse and is all pissed off and he takes the frustration out on you? What are you going to do then? Many times what we do is we self-sabotage making a sale. So we take the frustration, the raw emotions that we have, and we let it bleed all over our deal. And what ends up happening is we have this see, I told you mindset. So what we do is we go out there with these raw emotions. We're mad. And so we say, no, I can't do that. And of course, the customer's getting a read off of you. And they're saying, well, that's too bad, man. I was going to buy from you, but okay, I'm out of here. And then what do? You turn and you say, see, I told you. See, I told you it wasn't going to happen. See? Do not let a decision that was made in 5 minutes, in 5 seconds, ever ruin what took you days, months, and years to build, man. Great sales professionals. Dude, you're a sales athlete. And sales professionals have the ability to compartmentalize. They compartmentalize. See, what they do is they take making the deal personal. They don't take the decision personal. And so what you have to be able to do is you have to have the ability to be able to section that off, even though it's BS, even though, you know what, they would do it for anybody but you. And you got to compartmentalize that and say, I take making this deal super personal. So you got to learn to compartmentalize. Think about an athlete, and you're a sales athlete. Think about an athlete that, okay, they pull this huge play out of thin air, long bomb, make the touchdown. And lo and behold, dude, there's a flag on the play. Play gets called back. And that athlete, they look up on the Jumbotron and they see the replay. And it was a BS home cooking kind of call. You're playing the home team. And the refs just called the play back. It was obvious it was not a penalty. And what does that quarterback do? That quarterback is not about to sit there and let a see I told you situation. He's not going to let the refs make the decision of the game. He's not going to do it. And so what he's going to do is he's going to transition from, see, I told you, to, see, I showed you. I'm going to show you. And this is where I talk about, they take making the deal, making the play, figuring out how to win. They take that part personal, not the decision, in spite of. They're going to figure out how to win. And you need to figure out how to make that sale. So that means that you've got to learn to compartmentalize, get your composure. And then what you've got to be able to do is you got to be able to go out there and sell the confidence, not the decision. There's nothing worse in the world than for you to go out there and take the decision and sell that decision to the customer, where you turn and say, I know, man. I mean, I don't know what's going on with them. I don't know why they're not going to help us on this deal. I know. And you're agreeing with the decision, when what you've got to do is you got to take stock and say, hell no, this ain't going to happen. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure it out. So you get your composure, you're mad, you compartmentalize it, and you go out there and you sell the confidence. And you say, man, I looked at every possible way I possibly could, but unfortunately, man, I can't make it happen. I can't make it happen. And then what you do is you reinforce what you're going to do. You reinforce the sales and the service that you're going to be able to provide for them. So much so, you're so confident in the fact. Because see, customers are trying to get a read on you. And so if you sell that confidence so much, in fact, that it causes the customer, because you're selling confidence, not the decision, it causes the customer to say, you know what, I didn't need that anyway. You know what, just go ahead and add it to the deal and I'll just pay a little bit more for it. Let's do business. See, that's the thing, man. There's nothing, do not self-sabotage your sales career because something didn't go your way, because a manager missed something. None of that. See, what's interesting about sales is a solo sport, very much so. It takes a team to make, you need other people in it, but there are many solo aspects to it. And what you've got to be able to do is sometimes, dude, you're on that wrestling mat all by yourself, and you got to figure out some sort of way to connect the dots. You've got to figure out some sort of way to sell the no. You are that bridge between your sales manager and making the deal. But understand this too, man, is you cannot give up mentally on your customers. You can't pull up, but simply because a decision doesn't come your way, because the level of service, you got to be so convicted, in fact, that the level of service that you offer your customers is so good and so compelling that there's no way in hell I'm going to go let you buy somewhere else from an inferior salesperson, because I know what I can do for you. Dude, you can feel what I'm telling you right now. I am so convicted, in fact, of that even though it's a small thing, I will not let it be a large thing, because I know what I can do for you for years to come. I know what I can do for your family. I know what I can do for your friends. You understand that kind of conviction? So why let this little small thing get in the way? You don't. So what will you do for a Kit Kat bar? What will you do to not let anything sabotage your deal? Sean Vittorio writes, he said, at that point, I make it a joke and try to have fun with it. That's right. You do. You don't make it a big deal. It's a big deal only if you make it a big deal, right? I mean, think about, Sean, you bring up a good point. Think about this. Think about when your child falls. What do? When your little toddler is learning how to walk, what do they actually do? Mike, when they fall, they're looking at you. First thing they do is look at you. And you say, no big deal. Come on, let's go. And that's exactly what your customers are looking at. When you come out, if you look fallen, if you look like you're hurt, if it looks like it so concerns you, the broken egg, that of course your customers are going to do exactly what you just did. They're going to do it. And they're going to get a read off of that. And they're going to say, we're going to wait. We're going to hold off. And you say, see, I told you. No, bro. See, I showed you. I'm going to show you. So it's the same thing. When the child falls, no big deal. Let's go. Let's take care of it. Let's rock out from there. All right, let's go. Time to prime your mind. Remember, the greatest sale that you will ever make is the sale you on you, because you're more than enough. Stay amazing. Share this episode with someone. Let me tell you this, man. Someone is that you stand there in the ring with and tries to self-sabotage themselves. All they want to do is talk about how the managers have it out for them. Share this video. Let them know, do not let a decision ever come in the way of making a deal. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. You've got to play this long game. And so what you've got to look at is you've got to look at your month as a tape measure. And a tape measure is 25, pull out the tape measure for 2 feet. And so, those little notches on that tape measure, those are the decisions. Those are the times that the ball doesn't go your way. Those are the times that the customer buys elsewhere. A notch. It's a notch. But many times, what do we do with the tape measure? We go from here to here. Don't let that happen. Notches, notches, notches. So you start here for the month, trying to get in the frame. You start here for the month. And so when something doesn't go your way, tiny notch. But let me tell you what's fascinating about it. When you can go out there and sell with confidence, it breeds more confidence. It causes the customer to say, you know what, let's go. They make an exception. They say, you know what, let's do it. It's no big deal. And all of a sudden, what happens? You get your notch back. You want your notch back? Then sell that thing with confidence. Sell the confidence, not the decision. Remember, the greatest sale that you will ever make is the sale you on you, because you're more than enough. Stay amazing. Stay in the sales life. Kenny Landrum, Adrian Middleton. I'm going to call them out for you. John Rigdon, Dylan McClard, Brandon Osordo, Robert Day, AJ Kalsovic. Let's roll with this thing, man. Let's make this thing happen. Nat, appreciate you tuning in, man. Wonderful Wednesday to you, too. Be sure and check out Nat's Equipping You for Greatness. Also, I got Mike Weinberg on Instagram Live. You guys hook up with Mike Weinberg. He's got a brilliant podcast. I listened to a podcast last night with him and Jeb Blunt, and it is absolutely phenomenal. Mike, I'm going to steal some of that conversation with you and Jeb, man, if you're okay with that, because it is a brilliant conversation as far as, there's a difference between what you got through and what you're going through. And got through are the veteran managers, and going through are the young managers. And sometimes we lose that empathy. And that's a whole nother topic, man, we're going to talk about. But check out Mike Weinberg's podcast. Check out his writings. And if I could get up right now, if I didn't have this mic hooked up to you, New Sales Simplified. Check out the book as well. So leave your comments. If I missed you on the live part of it, please leave your comments. I'd love to get back to you on that. Also share this with one person, man, who's kind of in that funk. All right, I already said it, but I'm going to say it again. Remember, the greatest sale that you will ever make is to sell you on you, because you're more than enough. You guys rock it out today. Stay amazing. Stay in the sales.